Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing the Undertaker 2.0 by Titan Bags. I never threw the original Undertaker, so I really can't compare the difference between that version and this newer version, but I can break these bags down and tell you everything I know about them, so let's go ahead and dive into this review. As always, we'll start with materials. Slow side, I'm pretty sure this is the same slow side the original Undertaker used. Fast side's different from my understanding. Slow side is the same, so if you threw those and you like that material, that's what you got here with the new version. I'm fairly confident this is a carpet material. It doesn't look or feel like a hybrid. It looks like 100% polypropylene material, so I'm gonna call it a carpet material. It has a very soft feel. Typically, carpet materials have a little scratchier, stiffer feel. This has a really nice, soft feel right after the get-go. Sometimes carpet will break it and softens up. At the very beginning, this feels soft. Love the way this material feels. Speed-wise, I think Titan calls it a 5-speed. I think 5 is a good number. It's on the slower side of 5, maybe even like a 4.75. You really want to get technical, although I think that's getting a little too technical for speeds. I will say it's slower than like the Titan Dart. If you throw in the Dart, that hybrid slow side on that material is about a 5. This is a little slower, a little more controllable than that, but it's faster than your traditional carpet bags, like the Pro Advantage slow side material or the Viking slow side material. Those play more like a 4. This is definitely faster than that. So somewhere between a 4.5 and a 5 is on the speed wise on this carpet material. Fast side, I'm fairly certain this is the same fast side that Titan uses on the Dart. It looks like it, feels like it. I'm not as familiar with that material because it's still a fairly new material, but I think it's the same as that. So if you throw in the Dart, this is what you're getting on the fast side here. 8-speed, it's fast, but still has control to it. So you can flip it over and throw it fast side and not be fearful of a bag just flying off the back or losing complete control. Plenty of fast enough for collecting blockers, pushing blockers in the hole, blowing up piles, cleaning up messes, slides of the board, pretty much any condition you got out there. So you're looking about a 5-8 speed on these Undertaker 2.0s. Template-wise, medium template bag, medium amount of fill. So you have some flop. It is not overly floppy, right? But it's not overly full. It kind of falls right in that sweet spot of flop for bags. One of the reasons why it doesn't get super floppy either is because this carpet material is it's got some thickness to it. Typically, carpet material is thicker. Hybrid's a little thinner, kind of right in the middle, and then your plastic materials are pretty thin. So when you have a little bit of thickness to this material, even as you throw it and it starts to beat up, because bags continue to break, and as you throw them, they continue to break down. They continue to kind of get stretched, get sloppy, get a little floppy, and that's why as you get bags that are really old, they become really loose and floppy. But when you have a carpet material like this, with thickness, it tends to hold its shape a little longer, a little better than your non-carpet materials do, which means the bag isn't going to get quite as sloppy and floppy. Fill in here is I'm pretty sure it's 100% disc fill. I don't feel any round whatsoever. If there is anything, it might be some flat fill mixed in maybe a little bit, but it's mostly about 100% disc fill, which one gives the bag an amazing hand feel. Disc fill is very smooth and fluid, so when you grab this bag, it feels very fluid inside. It feels as if you don't feel any clumpy lumps like you do with bead fill. Also, the slow side is a very soft material. The fast side softens up as it breaks in, so the bag has an incredible hand feel. If hand feel is important to you, you're going to like the way these bags feel. The other thing with disc fill is it gives you a lot of forgiveness on the landing. Takes away a lot of that punishing kick, and you typically need that with the carpet material. This material has some kick to it. So if you don't throw perfectly flat, it's going to move on you, but it's not a harsh, aggressive kick like you typically get with that Pro Advantage slow side or the Viking carpet or the herringbone carpet, where those tend to be pretty aggressive, harsh kicks to them. With this flat disc in here, it does have forgiveness to it. So if you don't throw flat, you can still throw these bags. You might have to adjust your landing a little bit, but it's still very controllable. It's not going to be an uncontrollable bag, but you still get shot shaping with this bag. Even though it has the disc fill, you're still going to get your shot shaping. I'll talk more about that in playability here. These Undertaker 2.0s are ACL stamped, so if you play in the ACL, you can throw these bags. Let's go ahead and jump in and talk about that playability. And it's a versatile bag in the sense that if you want to get up there and run bags, you can do it. I think if you're a hard thrower, it's a really good bag to run bags with, or if you're playing on fast boards. Fast boards, this low side still has that control, so it's not going to speed up and again be uncontrollable. However, to me, this bag shines more in the dirty style game. Whether you're playing a dirty style game or you're playing against an opponent who plays a dirty style game, that's where these Undertaker 2.0s really stand out to me. You have a ton of control with this carpet here to put blockers wherever you want. You can lay them anywhere on the board. You can even get aggressive and put them more on your opponent's side. Because the bags are not floppy, collectability is very easy. They're not going to cording up. You're just clipping a corner and push this bag in. What I like to do is throw that blocker kind of more in my opponent's lane, leave it there, and then if my opponent doesn't collect it and they try to throw airmail over it, roll, whatever, get around the bag and leave it there, I'm going to step out, put my next 2 bags in, and then my 4th bag, I'm coming down slick side, clip it, and take it in. And I love doing that and really making my opponent deal with my blocker. And if I throw it up there, my opponent pushes in, my next bag, another block. I love to keep just putting bags in my opponent's lane, making them find ways to get around it, maybe even frustrate them, make them try to do something they wouldn't normally do, hoping it leads to a mistake. It's also a great bag to play against a dirty style game. If you get an opponent who likes to throw blockers, and you don't want to play that style of game with them, this is great because when they throw that blocker up there, you've got the ability for cuts, rolls, and flops. Shot shaping is great with these Undertakers. And as I mentioned, typically a flat disc fill is not the best for that, but this bag does a great job. I had no problem throwing cuts with this. I took it to have some people try it out for me, and I watched them roll it, flop it. Like, the shot shaping is there for a bag. Maybe if you're a beginner, maybe not the best to learn on. There is, it's a little more forgiving than what you would want as a beginner. You want to bounce your bag, a more aggressive bag when you're beginning, until you really get the feel and the throw down, and then you can move to like a bag like this. But average to advanced in the shot shaping skills, you can definitely do that with these Undertaker 2.0s. If you want to, you can put multiple blockers up there. This fast side is plenty fast for pushing through and taking multiple bags in. You don't have a problem with this fast side collecting bags. Plus, I did not have an issue with these bags clogging or bunching up around the hole. Typically, carpet bags are bad about that because typically carpet bags are fuller and they're less flexible, so they get up there and they kind of bunch and clog. And carpet bags aren't quite as hole friendly. I don't know if I mentioned this, but this carpet is more hole friendly than your traditional Pro Advantage carpet or Viking carpet. It does a better job at that. Maybe not quite as hole friendly as those hybrid materials like the Dart slow side or the Viper R slow side. Those tend to be a little more hole friendly. This is, again, falls right in the middle. It kind of bridges the gap between the two. But this is more hole friendly than traditional carpet bag, and it plays more like that style of bag as far as the playability of it. But when you're trying to collect multiple bags, it has enough fold to it and enough hole friendliness that it gets up there and it melts in. So no problem if you try to push through multiple blockers up there and collect them. You could do that no problem whatsoever. And then if you're playing against an opponent who plays a dirty style game, it gives you the ability to get around their bag. If they're throwing a blocker in your lane, like I like to do, if you're playing against me and I'm putting a blocker in your lane, with a bag like this, you can cut, roll, flop, do ways to get around that bag, leave that blocker there. You've got the speed to flip it over and fast side and push it. If you want to keep a clean board, you can do that. But honestly, when I'm playing against a dirty style player who's maybe better at than I am, what I like to do and what frustrates me most when I'm playing a dirty style game is when my opponent leaves my bag there. I'm putting a blocker in their lane and they're leaving it and they make me go collect it. It can be risky because, when you've got a bag over in your opponent's lane and you come to collect, if you miss, you could miss it and then your bag goes in, you leave it, you give up 2 points, or you go to collect, you go too far over and you leave them there and you may give up 4 points. So it can be a little risky when your opponent's getting aggressive, putting bags in your way. A bag like this, if your opponent's doing that to you, you've got the shot shaping ability to get around it, leave their bag there, make them work to collect it, and eventually they're going to miss. And if they miss enough times, they're going to stop putting those blockers there, and then you have an open board to run your bags in the hole, play your style of game with it. Leaves me in availability. Titan has a website, TitanCornholeBags.com. As always, I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. The bags were $99.99, $100 for a set. It was like $10 shipping, so $110 shipped to you. It's a medium price point. It's on the upper end of that medium price point. Well worth it. So I think you're getting a high quality bag. I have no problem with the price there. If the price does scare you off, Titan does run sales quite often, so keep an eye out on their social media pages and their website and catch a sale. I think also their pro players in the past, they've had discount codes. I think they do. So if you go follow some of the Titan pro players and follow them on social media, you might be able to get some discount codes you can use to save a few bucks on the bags also while supporting those pro players. If you've thrown these bags, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing your guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.